feels a bit like I walked onto the set of a wrong movie. You were more awake than I was. A lot more awake.
Can I be transparent? So my phone rang, and I picked it up, and it says it's an important call from Sweden. And I thought to myself, well, now that you woke me up, just go ahead. And then someone, very serious person, told me that you've been awarded the full name of the prize that I don't yet know. That I'll work on it. And I said, oh, really? And he said that this is with Professor Banerjee and Professor Kremer. And I said, oh, you want to talk to him?
In some ways, we are kind of the beneficiaries of. We get often, in the press, people say, JPAL's research has showed we take great pride in it. We had nothing to do with the research. We didn't raise any money for it. It just happened, and we got the credit for it. It's great. We're in a rentier economy at this point. But it's still, I think it's still going to be wonderful for the movement that this prize was given, because I think it's going to make it a little easier to penetrate the many doors that are half open to us or not quite open to us, and hopefully bring the message of policy based on evidence and hard thinking to many other places as well.
The world today is full of somewhat depressing news, especially in the international geopolitical stage. And in the middle of this depressing news, the one hopeful thing there is that the fate of the world's poor has really tremendously improved over the last 3 decades. People don't tend to realize that. People in the US usually are persuaded that poverty keeps increasing, for example. But the truth is that over the last 3 decades, the two groups that did relatively well in world economy are the ultra-rich and the ultra-poor.
Most of the work that was seen as an established truth in 1990, including my own work, some of it, I thought was a little bit hokey. And that made it much more attractive to look for a method that would give me a little more confidence in what we were doing. And I think came out of mostly frustration, often with myself.
If policies have improved, largely it's not because of us, to be honest. But I think that entire movement that Abhijit talked about has played a small role in it, in that it has, I think, raised the possibility and the hope that one could be a little bit more rigorous about what policies and what type of things can really help the poor. Rigorous in two ways: rigorous in designing the policies, not based on your intuition or whatever happens to be the flavor of the month, but based on a better understanding of how the poor live, why they make the choices they make, what are the specific traps that hold them back, and what lever to push that could unlock these traps. Better also, more rigorous also in the way that accepting the possibility that maybe you didn't get it right exactly the first time, and that innovating, experimenting is useful.
We hope that we'll get to do more of the same. I think we are actually quite excited about what we are doing. This was not work that we did a long time ago. We're excited about what we're doing now, and it's fun. We are learning new things. I'm really excited to look at the results from our latest intervention. So I think what I hope this will do is just open more opportunities to do more inventive things. But I don't expect to do something entirely different. I think I'm content with what I'm doing, enjoying it very much.
I think maybe one thing that we have started to do, not just us, but Ben over here and various people in the network as well, is working with governments and working at scale with governments to help them evaluate both new approaches but also better ways to do things that they want to do anyways. There are not enough women in the economic profession at all levels. There are not enough undergraduates who choose to take economics. There are not enough graduate students who continue. There are not enough assistant professors. There are not enough tenured faculty. So the reasons why there are so few women who get the Nobel Prize or other prizes is not because the people who give prizes are discriminated against women. It's because the entire funnel is just not big enough. And that's not true just for women, I should say. It's true also for minorities. There are not enough African Americans in the economic profession by any stretch of imagination. In fact, it makes women look positively numerous. And that has to change.